Good morning, America. This is your friend or your enemy, Dr. Cherry. All right. So the SOS to the World Deadly Window is definitely in action. I'm referring to the one involving shocking, surprising, mind-boggling type of news. A window lasts usually 48 hours. That is the main energy, but that energy dissipates from the keywords police, drama, death, anything involving that infected lady who lure a 19-year-old young mother and then strangle her with a family member and cut her open to take the baby out. So you're talking about death, okay, drama, things that are definitely not normal. Now that energy is moving into a different energy, is moving into an energy of surprise and shocking, unusual energy that dwells with the cosmos, with technology, with avionics, with aeronautics, an energy that dwells with UFOs, an energy that dwells with the future, astrology. So by listening to all that I said and investigating Nostradamus' 16th century divine astrology methodology, you will get to understand and see and perceive the news the way I do. Instead of just looking at the news like anybody else do, try to see the way I see it through my third eye. Why are those new, first of all, life is a constant process of changes, but those changes are the same. Life repeats itself. Everything repeats itself. So those news are coming back, but there is colors, variation in those news. If you keep looking at those videos, you will understand the various energy that produce various news, and that's one of the reasons that my quatrain and keywords are different. So we are now at what you call void of course, from the deadly, negative, killing window into more of a shocking, surprising type of news. So the same story, you need to understand the importance of auto-analyzing yourself. Did you hear anything that is unusual in your life? Did you get a surprise of some sort? Or you're going to say, no, well, let me give you one, because it doesn't just have to be you. You need to pay attention and listen to other people. Listen to this one, as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to be going through surgery June the 6th. Okay, well, you got your first shocking surprise. Oh, well, you know what? I didn't expect to hear Dr. Cherry telling me he's going to go, go through surgery. Okay, so I'm going to be going through pre-op tomorrow. Surgery will last maybe 3 hours. I'm not sure. That's all they said. It's going to take me a long time to get back together. But you know what? I'm tough. I'm strong, and I'm using my own natural healing. When I had cancer, the oncologist told me you have to go through chemotherapy. Of course, I turned them down, and I explained to you how I developed my natural blood transfusion, which allowed me to get rid of this cancer. Okay, they told me it's going to take you a long time to heal, because they cut me from my entire tummy, got a portion of my gut, and then do all that they had to do. Two oncologists, right? Guess what? A month and 1 week after that surgery, I was on top of my house. I was working on the roof on top of my house, a month and a half after such a surgery. So that surgery that I'm going to undergo has to do with hip. Okay. It's going to take a while, of course, to eat. I'm going to have some crowds, and I'm going to be walking around a little bit like this, but guarantee you that they said it's going to take 6 months. It ain't going to take me 6 months. Not me. And so I'm going to be starting the physical therapy after that. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So keep an eye, listen to other people, because that window is now obviously operational. So let's go and describe a little bit of the news involving this window. Okay, so the title associated with the newsletter associated with this video is the same as the other one. Okay, SOS to the world, shocking news: nukes, earthquake, volcano, tornado, May 24th, 2019. So click on it, because again, you may be visual, not audible, which means you, the way I speak, including my accent, might make it a bit difficult for you to assimilate my information. So by reading, I got a better control of my English. Okay, so don't judge me because you can't understand me. Because if I was asking you to do what I'm doing in French, maybe you're going to have a problem and understand me a little bit better. So I'm doing my best. So don't criticize me and work with me, because I'm here to help you. As always, you're going to have this labile crucifixture, fit Dr. Cherry, divine science of light and sound. I mean, I like this idea of what this creativity. This guy was led by the Draconics to create an interesting video where you hear me talking about my first experience when I was a child walking in that church. When they opened this big gate, oh my gosh, the first thing I saw is a man in a cross and then blood gushing out of his chest. Whoa, that was very negative. I ran out right there. I said, that's not good. I don't want to go back there. And of course, the priest told me, if you don't go, you're going to go to hell. He was stinking wine, of course, because he had no teeth. I remember I was only a kid. I said, well, that's not good. No, not for me. And then that's where I develop and investigate God, cosmic divinity, Jesus, initial cosmic ministry. And it doesn't make me somebody who doesn't believe in God or Jesus, just the opposite, but not the way you do, following the indoctrination induced by the religious matrix or the infected corporation of the Vatican. Okay, I'm not for that. So I want to thank this guy, and pay attention, listen to it. It's fun, it's interesting. There is also something interesting that I wrote here about my predictions. In science, an educated guess about the cause of a natural phenomenon is called a hypothesis. Okay, it's essential that hypotheses be testable and falsifiable, meaning they can be tested and different results will ensue depending on whether the hypothesis is true or false. Okay. In other words, a hypothesis should make predictions that would hold truth in the hypothesis itself is true. A testable prediction can be verified through experiment. And I wrote myself after that, the question remained, why has the scientific community ignored my many requests to scientifically investigate my cosmic work? And then if you click on the link, you will see the email exchange signed to the seismologists in Pasadena, NASA, USGS giving exact date of earthquake above 7.0 weeks ahead of time. And when it happened, dead on. They never bothered to answer me. I don't even think those emails ever reached those guys. And even if they did, even with the fact in their face, they would not do anything with my work. But hey, you do. So that's why I'm here, and I'm glad. Okay, so let's look at the news currently here. That little video that I made a while ago, May 17th, following, of course, the George Norrie radio show that I did, giving exact date for earthquakes also happened, and 5 of them happened. I mean, just take the time to read and investigate. Don't just assume, okay? So this window here, the keywords are very obvious. The quatrain even more obvious. Entrail, upset, speed, above. I mean, if you do not relate these words with a volcanic eruption, I do not know what other word I could use that are more obvious. I don't know. Entrail, upset, speed, above. The entrail of the earth, speed, above. Volcano. Okay, we understand that. Red fire, wind, water to dance. Wind, fire, water to dance. Could it be a tornado that gets a house and then blows it all the way up and then everything goes in fire? Whatever. That's tornado. Star Command Shock Science. Of course, all the scientists that are watching my videos are scratching their head. How the hell does it do it? Instead of saying, hey, I want to take your course or read your books, or maybe let's work together so we may be able to help more people, because I give you these dates. The next thing you know, calm deception to strike. That's in red. And the next thing you know, 21 tornado ripped through 4 states, and now millions of people are under flooding threats. I mean, red, fire, wind, water to dance. I mean, I do not know how more rational, practical, and logical I can be with this quatrain. And then the actual words of tornado is there. Okay, so volcano, the words is also there. The key words, tornado, volcano. So here's the first fact. So that makes me well ahead of any scientist out there. Over a month and a half ago, I mentioned that on the radio. I mentioned that on my newsletters to all my students in the Cosmic Code. One good reason for you to join, so you know what's ahead of you on my SOS to the World Deadly Window, because I'm offering them publicly, but one of these days I will stop. Okay, so I'm just prompting you to be smart, to become a superhuman, not an idiot out there. Okay, and then try to be a little bit more curious, because there is something in my work, and if you do not realize it, well, I guess you're not ready for me, because I'm definitely ready for you. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about the other one. Mount Agung in Bali, Indonesia, can be seen spewing ash into the sky on May 18. That is during the window that I gave of May 17th. Dead on. I mean, just don't know what to do anymore to grab the attention, to make you aware that indeed the real prophets are existing. They exist. And then now I'm going to be sought as the most egocentric person on the planet, because I just said that I'm real. Jesus, have mercy. All right. Now, remember, the reptilians are cosmic conscious. They understand those energies out there. They stimulate it, not only in creating natural disaster, volcano, tornado, or earthquakes, okay, but also steering the mind of the most vulnerable element of our society, which are the kids, okay? Off-duty firefighter brutally beaten by groups after defending older couple. And if you don't find that shocking, I don't know what is shocking. Okay, a New York City firefighter sustained a concussion and several broken teeth Saturday after police say he was assaulted while trying to stop a group of teens from harassing an elderly couple. That's your kids. Now, those kids are going to go to jail. Those kids are going to pay a fine. The parents, because they're kids. And again, who is to blame? Well, the religious parents, the atheist, scientific, educated parents who do not allow me and my students to reach those kids and teach them that they have a UCI, a unique celestial identity, and there is powerful plutonic emotion coming out of those charts of those kids, cosmic design, and nobody's there to teach them that, and most of all to teach them to apply the will so they do not become robots and slave of the reptilians. Because if that is not shocking, I do not know what shocking, or the meaning of the word shocking is all about. And then that's just, it will never stop. Like the school shooting, it will never stop until you bring us, all the souls doctor, into the educational system. Not only it will never stop, but it's going to get much, much worse, because those children are victimized by the idiocy of the religious poison parents or the atheist educated idiots out there who think science has all the answers. Let's have fun in this mad dance. All right, another one. This one is another child again. Dad fired son accused of urinating on a 9-year-old cancer victim memorial. Again, you're gonna wonder what happened to this kid. Why the hell would he do that? Go and take a lick on the kid's memorial. I mean, that tells you what's going on. Now he's going to be punished. He's going to be shamed. He's going to be, God knows what this kid's going to suffer for the rest of his life now, because nobody told him that there is energy in his chart that he has to learn to recognize, to assimilate, and to control. Oh no, he's being taught all sorts of things. He's being taught how to use his cell phone, how to deal with all sorts of topics that the U.S. Department of Education is enforcing in the educational curriculum, but nobody's there to talk about his UCI or his unique celestial identity. So they degenerate, they lose control, they become reptilians infected, and they pee on tombs. Oh my God. Oh, what a world. Okay, so YouTube cracks down on video that promotes drinking bleach as miracle cure. Again, remember, the reptilians, we use technology, okay, to lure kids, because they are the most vulnerable member of our society are our children, okay? And that is shocking. That is shocking. Google may just have killed Huawei's bid to become the world's top smartphone brand. Again, technology. The word technology is mentioned. Teen faces year in jail after stealing lemur from zoo. Another shocking news. When is the last time you heard about a kid going to the zoo and then taking off with a lemur? I just don't understand why people don't realize those shocking, unusual energy don't happen every day. They happen during some specific window that I'm laying out for you through my quadrant and keywords. Hermes hypersonic jet aims to fly New York to London in 90 minutes. Again, the word aeronautics is mentioned, technology, aeronautics, okay? This is the news that I was expecting, and it's coming. 2 dead in second float plane crash this month involving TAC-1 Air. Again, aeronautics, you know, accident, airplane accident takes place. You know, you don't just go and buy your plane ticket when you feel like and fly when you feel like, unless you want to die or take a chance or play Russian roulette. No, remember, positive, negative, up and down, black and white, the front, the back, God, devil, the yin and yang, two arms, two out, two legs, you split, you're battering, God, the devil, the reptilians, the draconis, light, darkness. It's a choice, because nobody taught you the universal laws, okay, when to invest, when to move forward, when the light is green, okay? Well, you're going to pay the penalty, because the stars, God doesn't give a damn about you. If you don't speak his language, you're going to be part of the statistics. So don't be stupid. In other words, plan, respect the laws, okay? Respect the laws, not just the laws of man, because if you don't, you're going to go to jail, or you're going to get killed if you drive through a red light or ignore the stop sign. But because, again, you don't see the other side of my hand, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Here is the laws of the divine. Learn how to use them so you don't kill yourself. Some people don't understand. They say, oh, we're going to go to a cruise. Next thing you know, they're all going back constipated. Poison. Oh, well, that was supposed to be the most fantastic time to celebrate our marriage or your birthday or God knows what. Look at this. We're all in the hospital or we're dead. Oh, well, Jesus. You know, those greedy corporations don't give a damn about you. They got their boats, their plane, and they march around 24/7 in order to stay afloat or to make money. Okay, and they don't care if one plane goes down. It's like those, you know, large, greedy, corporate and infected corporation, pharmaceutical corporation, who makes all this nasty, potent medication. You know, they're going to pay 10, 20, 30 millions every year, if not more, in legal dispute, because what you ingest killed you, messed you up. But who cares? They make 300 millions in benefit. Just understand, life must go on, okay? But when there is a red light on the physical world or the spiritual world, you have to recognize it and you have to be careful. So if you want to go to a foreign country and you don't know the rules, you don't know when to purchase your airplane ticket, and your plane don't make it, or you arrive out there and you have the worst time of your life, well, don't blame it on anybody else but your ignorance or your fear, because, oh, don't talk to Dr. Hey, wake up. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, singer Love Space gets invited by NASA to mission control. Hey, again, you know what? NASA needs publicity. Okay, those big corporations want to send you to Mars. A bunch of idiots, and people are so gullible. I mentioned the word NASA and the keywords. Well, there you go. They invite a famous person. That's a free advertisement, you know. So they're gonna stimulate you. They're gonna tomorrow probably tell you to discover another planet out there, and when there are trillions of billions of them, so they will always be entertaining you, trying to get your money. To just so infected. All right. Again. U.S. nuclear coffin could be leaking a radioactive sludge into the Pacific. Okay. Nukes, it's in the keywords in there. House in Indiana exploded, killing one person. Hey, my keywords mention explosion, shocking news, explosion, sudden release of energy. That's what create earthquakes, tornado, volcano. And then there you go. It's all happening. It's all in front of your nose, and it's all induced and promoted by Dr. Cherry to all the people that are smart and curious enough to watch those videos. All right, so you heard me. Gonna go through surgery. Oh, doesn't mean you're not gonna see my ugly face again, believe me. I'm tough. Oh, mentally and physically, I'm tough. Okay. If I was able to beat cancer and to run on top of my house a month and a half later, believe me, that hip surgery is not going to put me in a wheelchair for long or running around with crutches for long. I will have to, because it's probably going to hurt. But that's not going to stop me to do all that I have to do to keep up my meeting, my cruises, my appointment, my teaching. God knows what I'm going to do. In fact, I'm going to be on the radio the day after my surgery. I just hope I'm not going to take too much freaking painkiller, because I'm going to sound drunk. You see, the attitude, you got to have a really positive, happy attitude to beat every infectious organism. You got to be aiming for the light, for love, for hope, for happiness. That's how you heal faster. You're going to have love around you. Okay, I got my little doggy and I got my wife loving me, taking care of me. So that's the beauty of positivity. Thank you for the omen. Okay, so one more time, remember that window is now mixing into the shocking type of news. I give you a full example of the shocking, mind-boggling type of news that's taking place now, including natural disaster, tornado, volcano, and so forth. But when comes May 24, that's going to be the maximum energy, and that's pretty close in 3 days from now. So that window is getting stronger as we go by. So I'm not sure what type of shocking news are ahead of us, or cosmic news ahead of us, or if we're going to have an earthquake that is going to kill a lot of people because of the tsunami in Japan or anywhere else. I don't know. I'm just telling you the energy, the colors of the news I'm expecting using Nostradamus' 16th century divine astrology methodology. And I can only hope you going to perceive the news not only as a very dramatic and negative energy, but be curious enough to understand that the stars above your head are more than dead rock, and the moon create your emotions. You can repeat myself. This is no hollow, and there is no ET inside. That's my view. But hey, other UFO speaker say otherwise. They never seen a UFO in their life, for sure. Many of them. Okay, it doesn't make them bad, of course, let alone talking to an extraterrestrial called Draco, working his magic through me, which is allowing me to make those predictions. So yesterday I was talking to my webmaster, my good friend, my savior, Tom. We were talking about him, and I was telling him how pissed I was since those three black, or three men, this Men in Black, the three of them, and one of my experience, they gave me a headache for weeks after, abducting me, my sister. I don't know if read the story, but you just Google Dr. Terry UFO's experience. I'm going to come up. Or listen to one of my radio TV shows. My latest one is the best. So what I'm trying to say is, after that experience, I told him, it looks like if my entire mind is not the same. I don't remember anything. I cannot remember face. I cannot remember a face of a person I just spoke 5 minutes ago. I don't remember my telephone. If you tell me, okay, this is how you're going to go from A to Z, you make a left here, you make a right here, you're going to turn right here, you're going to see this there, this. After I'm lost. My mind is so objective since that day. So he explained to me incidentally that I had a reprogramming of my mind, which allows me not to get lost into the universe and decipher information from the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness. And you cannot have a normal mind and dwell with this physical world and be able to do what I do. So the reprogramming took place when I was quite young, actually. So meeting those three men in the middle of the night in the south of France when I was lost in a mountain with my little sister, it marked the day where my entire mental conception has changed. Because before then, I remember I was just fine. I was a recording artist. This is where I noticed it. I was a recording artist. I was writing songs. I graduated from the Royal School of Music in London. And then people say, oh, he's lying. He doesn't play piano. You call Google Dr. Cherry Music, Dr. Piano, whatever. Or go to my website. You can listen to me playing piano. But I remember on that day, when it was time to graduate, this big guy came to me. We were in a big room, city hall. It was hundreds of people sitting there, and I was outside talking with the girls instead of just waiting for them to call my name. And then they ran outside. Hey, Louis, it's your turn. So I rushed in, and I was sitting in front of this grand piano, and then this guy came. And he says, okay, we have a music for you to play. I didn't know what it was. And then he goes with this bunch of musical paper. He put it in front of me. And then he waited, and I waited. And he waited, and I waited. And then he says, oh, yeah, you need to play. You need to start playing. I says, no. He says, what do you mean, no? I says, you bug me. He said, what do you mean you bug me? I'm here to turn the page. You have 8 pages. I said, don't worry about that. Don't worry. He said, what do you mean? I said, I got to hear. And then, the microphone was on. So everybody was hearing all that. So anyway, he says, okay. And he took off. I never forget this guy. He had a long black thing with some tail in the back, whatever. He took off. And then when he was gone, I felt comfortable and I stopped. What I played, And then when I finished, I just stand off. People applaud and I took off. I was able to remember 8 freaking pages of music memory. Okay, that's where I realized I was normal. I was okay. I was totally fine. I could remember names. I could remember telephone. I could easily follow directions. I was totally, perfectly, entirely fine. And then after that, when I came back home to visit my family and I had these things happening, when I came back, that's where I kind of said, what's wrong with me? I don't remember this. I don't remember that. My mind is not the same. And I start to focus instead on astrology. I start to focus on the medical and on the spiritual values of human experience. So, when I said incredible experiences breed incredible people that have incredible wisdom to share, maybe you should pay attention because I don't make it up. So that explained to me, as we discussed this yesterday, I did not understand because it's so rational, it's so logical. I did not connect the dots. So talking to Tom made it all clear to me. It's like having finally at 69 an understanding to what happened to me, why I couldn't remember. It's so logical, it's so simple, but it's maybe too simple for me because my mind will never get lost into the universe, but I'm going to get lost going 3 blocks away. If you give me direction, I won't be able to get there. That is if I remember your name or your telephone number. It's just crazy, but that's me. I'm been touched by something. That's why all these things that happen to me can be a blessing in terms of guiding and helping and teaching, but it could also be a curse because I was able to predict my mother's death to the day. Again, that is when, again, David Icke was not allowed to get his visa to go to Australia. And I said it was going to be the beginning of the end of important phases of life, not only for him or me, my mother passing away, but also the thousands of people who suffered my prediction in Australia because they cannot see David anymore. So long story. Okay, so giving you a little bit more of explanation, maybe shocking, knowing the energy is Uranic and is into the future and astrology and the universe and new age matter. So giving you this type of information will make you maybe understand me a little bit better, see why I'm so different and why you are also different. And whatever will happen to you in your life will shape your fate. And that is because you UCI vibrate at a certain cosmic speed that attract those experiences. All right, my dear friend, this is pretty much what I have for you today. So again, keep an eye on what this shocking news is all about. See how you're going to be affected, or to analyze yourself. Listen to your friends, and then God willing, again, we talk to you soon. Okay? Don't worry for me. Remember, I'm tough. Goodbye. Talk to you again.